Hello, and welcome to a new buff breakdown. Chaldea Boys 2025 is live on JP and also on NA, same day, funnily enough. And on JP, we got a brand new buff because Okada is also on Raid Up and a big part of the event, I think. So yeah, he was buffed. Very nice, because I feel like he could always use more buffs. So this time we have a skill buff because they have buffed his MP in the past, which was awesome. But I always felt like he was missing some kind of arts up, and yeah, we got that. So let's see what we're working with here. So it's a buff to his third skill. So previously on a 3-turn cooldown, he got 500% absorb for 1 turn. And that was it. It's like the most basic skill ever, but luckily it was a 3-turn cooldown, so it could have been worse. I think there are still some servants that might have like absorb for 1 turn or 5-turn cooldown. It's still fine, I guess, but I still thought it was a bad skill. So let's see what they did now. So now they didn't change the cooldown or the existing absorb. So now when you use it, he also gets 20% arts up for 1 turn and 15 stars on use. So obviously the stars go well with the absorb, that's a given. And then arts up, obviously the one thing he was kind of missing from his kit being mostly an arts DPS. Just nice to have a bit of it on his own kit. Yes, it's only 1 turn, but again, this skill is on a 3-turn cooldown, so it's not even that bad. Feel like they could have maybe made like 30% or more, but you know, it's still a low cooldown, so I'm not too mad. I still kind of like it. Now it's like a rapid mana burst. That's better because of the cooldown being lower. With this, granted, like obviously now best case scenario is you have his MP on already, and then you have his 2 arts cards, right? That would be like the best case scenario. Then you get like the absolute max value from this skill, and you can actually do some good damage and get some good refunds too. Otherwise, you'll just get hopefully have the arts up for the MP and then just some kind of a brave chain with the crits. Yeah, that is interesting, because with the Pen 5, it is effectively a 2-turn cooldown the first time you use it. And then, you know, with just Atlas or someone who brings cooldowns, you could kind of double dip on it immediately if you wanted to. His other skills, still not the best either, to be honest. His skills were always some of his weakest things. Like, arguably, like the first skill, yeah, it's also a mana burst. It's anti-man, but at least, or anti-humanoid. But humanoid is still very good, because most servants in the game are humanoid. But the cooldown is still pretty high. So I feel like they could at least maybe add 1 or 2 lines to this. And it's good that his MP was buffed in the past. So honestly, if you're hitting a servant that's man attribute, he's actually going to do very good damage now. That's, again, best case scenario. Now, at this point, I would show you like the tier list as well and maybe adjust his ranking. But considering we're like less than 2 weeks... Actually, no, less than 3 weeks off from doing the assassin tier list. We're probably just gonna wait for that. No real rush right now to figure out a ranking immediately. Now that I say that, I guess he won't be in the gold one. But he will be covered anyway, eventually, when we get to the low start. I just realized that. I don't know why I thought it was gold. My brain is in shambles after all the content today. Excuse me for that. If I had to give him a rating right now, honestly, he's actually pretty decent for a 3-star. I want to say he could be honestly like even an A tier. We'll see what it could be, something different. We'll see. I think he's a solid DPS now. So there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if they buff him a 3rd time in the future, because his 2 other skills are still at their best. And they like him because he has multiple costumes as a limited 3-star. That says a lot. With that, if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up on it, of course. It really helps out. And do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because tomorrow I will be rolling for Takasugi on NA. So there's going to be a lot more content to come. And of course, that aforementioned rider tier list this week. Also, good luck if you're pulling for him, I guess. He's on Raid Up with... Dante. Also, shout out to my patrons on the screen right now, and shoot for being a big YouTube tier member supporter. And with that, see you in the next video. Peace out.